All right, Shalom. First and foremost, as always, we want to give all the praise, honor, and glory
to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Kakadash.
Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone that taught us this truth through the Spirit. And we want to give a special peace and blessings and salutations to the elect. All right, we out here another week to let you Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans know that you are the true children of Israel according to the scriptures. All right, and we also are here to prophesy the downfall of Babylon the Great, as said in the Holy Scriptures. Okay, and we're also here to let you Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans know, all right, that if you don't repent, then the Most High is going to destroy you along with Babylon the Great. Okay, because Babylon the Great is basically the promise, the land promised to be destroyed. When you read Revelation, the 17th chapter, the 18th chapter, all right, it speaks about Babylon the Great being destroyed. All right, and even these scholars, okay, these so-called elite Edomite scholars, a lot of them know that America is Babylon the Great. Okay, so they know that this place is destined for destruction, and that's what the prophets are out here to tell you, man. We can get right into it.
It's the book of Matthew, chapter 24, verse 3. And as he sat upon the Mount of Olives, the disciples came unto him privately, saying, "Tell us, when shall these things be, and what shall be the sign of thy coming and of the end of the world?"
Right, and that's what time we're in. We're in the end time, so to speak. Okay, really, the end started when Yahushai was put to death. That's when the end started. You know, and now we're waiting on him to make his return to the earth in his glory, as it says in Matthew the 24th chapter. Go ahead.
And Yahushua answered and said unto them, "Take heed, no man deceive you, for many shall come in my name, saying, I am anointed, and shall deceive many."
And you see that daily. You know, you got these false pastors in the churches. You got these different popes and these cardinals. You know, these Edomites. You even got that amongst Jake, man. You know, there's only one true doctrine. Okay.
And they about to try to deceive the people by way of calling the UFOs enemies and demons.
Yep.
Because I had this girl at my house this weekend and shit, and I was outside. She was in my room and shit. So when I came in, she was watching this movie on Netflix. I didn't get to catch the name, but like the part that I walked in on, it was saying like they was talking about the UFOs and saying that yeah, but these things we're gonna have to fight against them. They move so fast and all this crazy. They was talking about them like they was the enemy. Right. So they putting it in the shows too, showing you. Yeah. Pushing that. Well,
that's the thing. To Esau and Esau knows that that's their enemy, but to the elect, all right, that's gonna be Lord willing, we're of that number. That's gonna be the day of our salvation. There was some I think it was an Edomite, and he was like one of the generals or something, or he was saying that the chariots, according to their calculations, the chariots move at like 10,000 miles per hour. And that's just what Esau says. So he really don't know. But think about how fast that is, according to this world. 10 to 13 miles, 10 to 13,000 miles per hour.
And can cut on a dime, just turn and fucking.
Yep. Go ahead.
They say, and you shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that you be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet.
Yeah, so we understand that we living in the time of great prophecy. And that's been the vibration that we've always been pushing out there, is the time of great prophecy. And to this world, that's uncomfortable. Because prophecy means, when you push prophecy in the scriptures, that means the end of this society. Okay? Because as promised, prophecy means that this place has to be destroyed, along with different parts of the earth. Okay? Why are we pushing that vibration? Because that means the kingdom of heaven is going to be established once prophecy is fulfilled. And that's what we want. You know? Go ahead.
For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom.
And you'll have demons saying, well, oh, that's always been, you know, your mom and your grandmother, well, we always had wars and rumors of wars. You know, they push that weak ass vibration out there, but not to this magnitude. You know, you got these nations with these different nations with nuclear capabilities. You got these third world countries. They could shoot missiles on you now.
Yeah.
It wasn't like that before.
Yep. Isaiah 9:5, because it say that in that war it's gonna be
Flames of fire, roughly paraphrasing. Yeah.
And they couldn't do that in World War I or the War 1812. That wasn't going on.
Yep.
Well, if you look at you know, a lot of Russia's allies, you know, before America used to just be able to pick on them, but now they can't do that no more because Russia sells their top military technology to these other nations now, man. You know, and they designed that military technology to fight against America or defend against American military tech. Like Iran.
Say, let the weak say, "I am strong," and that's the prophecy of what the brother was just talking about.
Yep, turn your pruning hooks into spears.
That's right.
Yep. Well, you got Isaiah real quick?
I got it. This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 9,
Jeremiah 50 and
verse 5. For every battle of the warrior is with confusion, noise. Slack is with confused noise, and garments rolled in blood.
Yeah, that's how war was basically fought in the ancient world. Like when you watch the movie 300, that's the first thing that comes to mind. They will fight face to face. You know, garments rolled in blood. You getting stabbed. You getting jacked up. You know, go ahead. They had shields, those big ass braces with the spikes and shit.
Right.
You know, they might have had a sword. You know, on the side.
I'm screaming, ah!
Yeah, it was hand-to-hand combat. It was let the strongest man win. You know, but now, go ahead.
But this shall be with burning and fuel of fire.
Now you got an Edomite in a suit with a big ass fucking I don't know what you call it.
What you call it?
Yeah, with buttons on it. And
Playing a damn video game with people's lives.
And he got control over all this shit. He up in there with a suit. And all he got to do is press a button and the silos will open up, you know, the missiles, you know?
The drones will drop bombs.
Yeah, it's technology now. Now this war is basically going to be fought with nuclear technology. All right, and the main characters in this thing is Russia and America, okay? Those are the main two, basically the two strongest countries in the world, so to speak. And then they have the smaller countries that they back up. Like Russia backs Iran. The United States backs Israel. Okay, they send aid to those smaller countries. They give weaponry to those smaller countries. All right, because once war happens, they're gonna fight on the sides they supposed to. Salaki, go ahead. That was it. All right, you got Jeremiah? Give me that, please.
This is Jeremiah chapter 50, verse 23. How is the hammer of the whole world cut asunder and broken?
Whole earth.
How is the hammer of the whole earth cut asunder and broken? How has Babylon become a desolation among the nations?
Right. How has Babylon become a desolation among the nations? This great America, so to speak. All right. How has it become a desolation among the nations? How is America, Babylon the Great? How did it get destroyed? Let's read in Revelation where it goes into how the nations saw the smoke of her burning. Get that real quick. Whatever you got. And then we'll go into that. Yeah. Because the nations are going to weep and wail when they see the smoke of her burning. Okay? And we're not going to have to see no more Edomites, man.
Right.
Once they serve their sentence. So they got to get their get back first. Go ahead. Keep going. Keep going.
I have laid a snare for thee, and thou art also taken, O Babylon, and thou wast not aware.
Yeah, the Lord said he made a snare, man. He made a snare for you, a trap. And you was not aware, because these Edomites think that they can trick the Most High. They think that they could somehow upset the prophecies of the Lord. And that proves that the Lord has them in derision. You know, the scriptures say, he that sitteth in the heavens shall laugh. The Lord is controlling you, but you think you're going to upset the Lord. Somehow the clay is going to upset the potter.
Right.
Don't work like that, man. That's why the scriptures describe Esau as, oh, thou most proud. Because he's a proud man. Go ahead.
Thou art found and also caught, because thou hast striven against the Lord.
Yeah, everything you do is you strive against the Lord. Nothing you do is godly. The scriptures say in Isaiah 26, let favor be shown to the wicked, yet he will not learn righteousness. So everything you do is against Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushai. Your whole plan. You want lab-grown meat. Y'all heard about the celebrity meat, right? This nigga wants celebrity meat. And we not making these things up. He wants celebrity meat, lab-grown meat. They already got the fucking impossible meat.
Yeah, and the vegetables, they already did that. They did that. The GMO'd all the vegetables and fruits and shit.
The impossible meat, and then they stick a sticker on it that say made with plants. You don't know what you eating.
Right.
You know?
Most of them plants that are in that is soy.
Yep.
And we know soy is not good, estrogenic.
So Esau likes to put witchcraft on the food, even though the scriptures say we shall drink poison and live. I always say the only reason why we truly living is to do the work. That's the only reason why the Lord, has us do, basically, because everything we eat, everything we drink is tainted. You know, but the Lord is preserving us to exalt Him in the earth. You know, because what else are we really here for, except to push the words of the Lord?
What else we going to do?
You know, so go ahead. Read one more verse.
The Lord hath opened his armory and hath brought forth the weapons of his indignation.
And that's what we was going to in Isaiah, the ninth chapter and the 5th verse. The Lord hath opened up his armory and the weapons of his indignation. That's those nuclear missiles. Real quick, just give me that, I created the Smith, and then go back to Revelation 18. Go ahead. And then you can read that too, bro. Go ahead.
For this is the work of the Lord Yahweh of hosts in the land of the Chaldeans.
This is the work of the Lord this is the Lord's work, good and evil. You had Captain, I gotta say it, you had Captain Tazariak that said the Most High didn't create homosexuals. Well, who created them?
He said something else to you.
The title, he said the Lord's name was the title. Yahweh was the title.
Yeah. Who created them? The Lord made them to be what? Destroyed. It's like if you making some clay, I got some leftover shit clay, I'm gonna make this little clump. That's them homosexuals. I'm gonna make these little clumps. But I'll throw them away after, you know. They gonna be destroyed, man.
Yeah, that's right.
The Most High made everything you see.
Even the pot shareds.
Even the alphabet people. The Lord made them too.
Even the things that you don't see, He made it.
Right. Yes, the Lord made, Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushai made the alphabet people. He made the L, the G, the B, the T's, and the Q's. He made all of them.
I got a precept.
And they all gonna be destroyed by the Lord.
That's right. It's the book of Sirach, chapter 18, verse 1.
Yep.
He that lives forever created all things in general.
That's right. So you could have basically, the great captain, the one that told the little Jake that was from Africa, you ain't my people. But anyway, you could have basically, I know we got off topic, you could have nipped all that in the bud when Sanetter said, did the Most High make homosexual? You should have said, yeah. But then Sanetter, a nigga that don't even read the scriptures, brought out a scripture and said, I got you, to Zariach. He brought out Jeremiah 1 and 5. Before I formed me in the belly, I knew thee. So, you know, that's just a little something.
Yeah, and something as small as a gnat or the creepy crawly things.
Yep, the Lord made all things,
created.
man.
He made all things.
Oh, so the Lord didn't make those people in Sodom and Gomorrah? He didn't make them? Yeah, He made them.
The second verse is
Go ahead, keep going.
Yeah.
The Lord made all things. The scriptures say the Lord have made all things, yea, even the wicked for the day of evil.
It said, verse 2, it said, the Lord only is righteous, and there is none other but He. It say, who governs the world with the palm of His hand, and all things obey His will.
All things. Go ahead.
For He is King of all, and by His power dividing holy things among them from profane.
And also, that's a cut right
holy
there, man.
things from profane.
Yep.
Is not a Momo a profane person?
Yep. And when you read Romans, the first chapter, it tells you that the Lord gave them over to a reprobate mind. The Lord gave them over to that spirit. The Most High is the Father of all things.
Hey, the Lord will make something and destroy it just to make an example.
Yep.
You know, and that's what He did to Sodom and Gomorrah.
Yep.
You
It even says that. It says that he made Sodom and Gomorrah to be an example.
Yep.
So we're gonna get back on prophecy, but we had to bring that up. What you had? You was done, right? Read what you got. You
All
holding
right.
that.
This is the book of Job. Job, chapter 3, verse 9. This is the scripture that the brother Yashran brought out. This is the book of Job, chapter 3, verse 9. Slaki. Proclaim ye this among the Gentiles. Prepare war. Make up the mighty men. Wake up the mighty men. Let all the men of war draw near.
Yeah, that's what you have. You have a bunch of nations getting ready for war. Go ahead.
Let them come up. Beat your plowshares into swords, and your pruning hooks into spears.
Yeah, so basically get your weaponry ready, you know, because there's going to be a great world's war, and that's going to be World War III. World War III, go ahead.
And it says in Isaiah 2, it says the exact opposite. It says take your spears into pruning hooks.
When everything was all said and done.
Yeah.
Yep.
Continuing on. Let the weak say, I am strong. Assemble yourselves and come, all ye heathen, and gather yourselves together round about.
Yeah, so the Lord even called them heathens. You know, that's those nations. Go ahead.
Thither cause thy mighty ones to come down, O Lord. Let the heathen be awakened and come up to the valley of Jehoshaphat, for there will I sit to judge all the heathen round about.
Yeah, so the Lord is going to have it to where these nations meet in a particular area to fight in this great war. Okay, the valley of Jehoshaphat, Yahweh Shaphat, the Lord's judgment. All right, and that warlike spirit is, you're going to start seeing that more and more on the media, on the mainstream. Because right now they're using this thing, you know, they're pushing that out there, but pretty soon war is going to be undeniable, and they're going to have to start putting that on the media. And that's going to scare people even more.
Yeah, and you know they gonna put it on the media.
Yep, because the Lord is going to have it to where he going to make them put it on the media. You know? Because all things are going to end through these wars and this prophecy, in this mark.
And everything gonna be televised and recorded.
Yep.
Shit, hey, we even got to see
What's up, guys?
close-up footage
doing?
of what was going on over there in the Middle East due to people and their cell phones.
Yep.
Missiles and rockets flying in the air. Missiles and rockets hitting places.
Yep.
Everything's gonna be televised.
See, back when there was wars before the internet got huge, everybody had a smartphone. The only footage that you saw was that they put on the news, man. You know?
And they picked and choose that.
So now you get to see everything.
Go ahead.
It's the book of Revelation, chapter 18, verse 8. Therefore shall her plagues come in one day, death and mourning and famine, and she shall be utterly burnt with fire. For strong is the Lord, Yahweh, who judges her.
Yeah, therefore shall her plagues come in one day. Death, what's it say? Death, mourning, and famine?
Death, mourning, and famine.
Death, mourning, and famine. Okay? People out here ain't thinking about shortages of food. People, these average people, they not in the mindset of, oh, there's a food shortage. Because in their minds, everything is okay. Everything's reopening. Everything is going back to normal. You know? But the Lord, see, he could put these people back to sleep, man. You know? And they definitely, these average people that live in America, they live in la-la land, man. They walking down the street and they pretending like everything is okay. And the Lord has it to where, you know, things are opening back up. You can get the vaccine and all this shit. But now, some people that got I shouldn't have said that, but some people that got the jab, some of them, they still getting the 19. They still can catch it.
They still pass it.
You know, some places you still gotta wear a mask. Would you say it was the honor system or something like that?
Yeah. You basically could just walk up in any place now and not wear a mask. You know.
Yep.
And they'll think, oh well, he's vaccinated. Well,
Yeah,
I shouldn't have said that. But
Yeah, I just went to
Fuck Esau, man.
I got down
We'll make
here.
another page.
I got down here
But
like
2
around-
more days,
when
bro.
When you called me, I was already on my way down here. It was like 11:15. So I went and got something to eat on Chippewa, and all the restaurants and shit got you got to wear a mask unless you're vaccinated. So
At the gas station,
it say if you vaccinated, you don't got to wear a mask. But they don't. How they know? They don't know.
They don't check.
Like you said, the honor system.
Yeah, and pretty soon
that's
they'll be like, the honor system don't work. Everybody was lying,
yeah.
and then they'll have a way to fucking check it.
Yeah. So I had my mask on too. I was like, oh shit, that's just stupid shit.
Yeah. And you can just tell them, hey, I got it. They don't know.
Fully vaccinated.
You know. Go ahead.
I can't wait to go shopping tomorrow.
It's, verse 9, it say, and the kings of the earth who have committed fornication and lived deliciously with her shall bewail her.
Yeah, all these nations that got fat with America, they was lying in bed with America. When you see the smoke of her burning, you gonna bewail her. Go ahead.
And lament her when they shall see the smoke of her burning.
When they see her destruction, when they see America's destruction, they're gonna weep and wail, because this is the place they got fat off of. All these heathens come here and they eat super good, man. They open up restaurants, they open up shops, they eat super good, especially them damn Ishmaelites, man, up in your neighborhood. You walk into the Ishmaelite store, it's a fucking, from wall to wall, it's nothing but weave, just weave.
And they ain't gotta pay no taxes.
Guess what? And them Ishmaelites, they live in nice
living
neighborhoods too
deliciously.
with the Edomites.
And like the brother said, like if I go in there and they try to charge me fucking, cause you know a white tee is $5. If they charge me tax, I'm like, man, take the $5, man. I ain't giving you no damn taxes. Take this $5 for this t-shirt. You know, they living deliciously, man. Go ahead, so like you.
They say,
Moab, they living good. Ishmael living good. Even Ham can come over here and prosper.
Yeah.
They got stores too. Go ahead.
it says, standing afar off from the fear of her torment, saying, at last, that great city Babylon, that mighty city, for in 1 hour is thy judgment come.
Well, wait a minute. How are these nations gonna be? How they gonna see the destruction? How is it possible that because it's gonna be televised, man?
Yep.
You know, the Lord's gonna have it to where this place's destruction is public. It's gonna be a public destruction, man.
Internet, the news, every fucking way.
Okay? And that's gonna be a beautiful day for the men of Yahweh Shemi Shai. The day that this fucking toilet bowl is destroyed. Because then there's gonna be a new heavens and a new earth wherein dwelleth righteousness. All right. Now it may get a little rocky, but we gotta hold on. You know, we want to see the downfall of our enemies. Go ahead.
It say, and the merchants of the earth shall weep and mourn over her, for no man buys their merchandise anymore.
Yeah, the merchants of the earth shall weep over this place, man. Okay. Now, and what's wrong with what we're saying? We're saying that the most wicked society, the most wicked country, the society that pushes the most wicked decrees, okay, the society that pushes the most wicked energy out there, it needs to be destroyed.
Yep. Hey, when you go into the Revelation, the 17th chapter, it speaks about how the nations got drunken off of all of the philosophies that they pushed.
Babylon has been a golden cup in the Lord's hand that made all the earth drunken.
Yep.
By through His ways. Because if you can have a country that lives some type of righteous life, you know, some type of order.
Yeah.
The man is under the woman. I mean, the woman is under the man. Salakia. You know,
She covers herself up.
yeah, the women they don't dress like hoes.
The children got manners.
Yeah,
They
the
don't,
children,
you know.
the children are decent. And America will come in there and invade that place and say, well, you here, take this democracy. You know, give the women more say so. You know, oh, take that dress off. You could wear some damn Levi's. You know, see those certain Ishmaelite some Ishmaelite nations, they have a decent lifestyle, so to speak. They have some type of order. Okay, and they really get that going back to Abraham, man. All right, even though they're not the chosen. Where were we at? That was it? All right, in this place, you could be what the fuck you want to be. You could do what you want to do. You can marry a dog. You know, you can do what you want. You be what you want to be.
Even the children.
You know, yeah. Children at 8 years old, they could have they could change their body. You know, you can break the laws of the Lord and commit bestiality and get a slap on the wrist. According to the scriptures, that person and the beast should be put to death. That automatically just squash that shit. Not a fine. Give a motherfucker a fine. What if they a rich Edomite? That fine ain't nothing. They pay the fine and go torment another beast, man. You know?
Yep.
Go ahead.
This is Ezekiel chapter 14, verse 21. But thus saith the Lord Yahweh, how much more when I send my 4 sword judgments upon Jerusalem, the sword and the famine and the noisome beast and the pestilence to cut off from it man and beast.
Speak on that.
All right, now it says the Lord says he's going to send his 4 sword judgments. Sword, famine, noisome beast, and pestilence. Because Esau getting ready to come down with great wrath because he knows he has but a short time. He getting ready to gun Jake's down. These food shortages is happening. These gas shortages is happening. Gas prices increasing, food prices increasing. You got this drought they continually warning us about. Extreme wildfires. People over there towards the West Coast already getting warned to cut back on energy use.
And all you Jakes that voted for who sent that thing with Biden and Trump? That picture was.
Oh, that was me.
I sent it to my dad, right? Because all these Jakes that voted for Biden.
I think I got that from the campaign.
When this nigga got in office. Yeah. Gas, food, all that shit. So I sent it to my dad because you know they vote and shit. And I was like, look at your boy. Society done got worse since he been in there. He said, oh, but Biden keeping your pockets full. I said, we in a pandemic. It will still be unemployment and stimulus checks no matter who was in office.
Right.
You know, the government gonna give you that money. But all you Jakes that voted for this man, you know, you getting what you asked for.
And now they're
Everything went up.
And now they're pulling the unemployment out, man.
Yeah.
They're saying like 20-something states are cutting them off next month.
Yeah.
In June, right?
Yeah.
Because they doing it early. And it's crazy because Trump said how everything went up. Trump said the shit was going to go up. When he was campaigning, he was like, yo, if Biden could get in.
He was actually a better Caesar for the people. Like, he tried to, like, keep shit down. You know, he was really, like, for the people, so to speak. You know, not saying you should vote, but he was better for the country than Biden was, man. You know? As soon as Biden got in there, he started doing all types of wickedness. Put all types of alphabet people in the cabinet, the first this, the first that, you know.
And really, he's just a puppet for the
They all
elite.
puppets.
Yeah, they all puppets.
They all puppets.
Yep.
You know.
And they set a lot of these people up for the kill because now, for a lot of companies, all new employees have to have the jab. Now, if you're already employed, they say they're not going to mandate employees that's already employed because they don't want to go against their rights or etc. But the time is coming to where new employees have to have the jab.
And if you notice, they're using businesses to enforce it, not the government.
Yeah.
Because when the government does that shit, then you know people bring up court cases. But a business could do whatever the fuck they want, pretty much.
Yeah, but now when they cut this unemployment, then everybody got to run and go find a job. Now they're gonna be like, well, hey, this is the new policy for all new employees. You can't work here unless you got that thing. Now, if you already working here, it's your choice. You don't gotta get that thing. But if you a new employee coming in, you gotta get that thing. And there's a lot of people on unemployment right now that's gonna go try to find a job, and they gonna be mandated. So they just set people up for the kill right there too with that.
Yeah, and that's going into when you go into Revelation, the 13th chapter, they're just prepping you for that prophecy. You know what the scriptures say. Slocky. Revelation 13 and 16 on down, where it says, I'll bring it out, Slocky. This is Revelation chapter 13, verse 16. And he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark. Not saying that thing is the mark, but like I said, it's a prelude. And they're prepping you. Continuing on. And they're right.
15 and tell you how they should worship the image of the beast, and that's a form of worshiping the image of the beast.
That's a good point. When you read the 15th verse, it speaks about how you have to worship the image of the beast. Verse 15, and he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed.
And the beast is the North Atlantic Treaty Organization and the European Union. All right, and his image is the ways of this world, his philosophies, his doctrines, his medicines, his way of life.
Yeah, the people that's giving Esau their arm, they really worshiping the image of the beast.
Right.
Go ahead.
Continuing on. Verse 16. And he caused all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads.
Yeah, like the brother was saying, that's the prelude. This jab is basically the prelude to that. You know, that's good. That right there in particular, when you read, what's it say, mark, right? The Greek word there is charagma, which means to cut or to insert something into the flesh. And that's the chip. Go ahead.
Verse 17. And that no man might buy or sell save he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name.
Yeah, because they really want to switch the system to like a digital system. Okay? The American dollar is already toilet paper anyway. So they want to switch that system to a digital system. That's why most people, especially like in China, they don't even use cash. In China, I think it's like 80-90% of the people, they use digital currency.
And Sweden is also pretty much cashless, and also the capital of the NFC chip, near field communication. Yep. They're already digitalized there.
This dollar is, I saw one economist reference it to being like an ice cube being left out on the counter, man. It's just melting away.
Yep.
And that's why they continue to print all this money out of thin air and giving out stimulus checks, giving out unemployment, and just giving everybody free money, because the value of the dollar is decreasing, and then people not going to work, and people in the country not producing anything is also causing the dollar to crash.
Finish that. We're gonna go into this.
Continuing on, verse 18. Here is wisdom. Let him that have the understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, and his number is 600. Three scores and six.
And that goes into stigma. You know, we always speak about charagma, but you got to look up that word stigma too, because that goes into
to puncture one's flesh.
So they cut into the flesh.
And they got to puncture your flesh to insert that chip into you.
Yeah. It's the book of Jeremiah, chapter 49, verse 7. Concerning Edom, thus saith Yahweh, is wisdom no more in Teman? Is counsel perished from the prudent? Is their wisdom vanished? Turn you, flee you, turn back, dwell deep, O inhabitants of Dedan, for I will bring the calamity of Esau upon him, the time that I will visit him. If great gatherers come together to thee, would they not leave some grapes?
Yeah, it also says that in Obadiah. You know? And Teman was those who was it, the Germans? Yeah, the Germans, yeah.
I got a preset.
That's those wise Edomites. Those Edomites with that wisdom. You know? Go ahead.
It say if thieves by night they will destroy till they have enough.
That's a question. Like I said, I believe, was that written in Jeremiah or Obadiah first?
I got Obadiah first right here. That's Jeremiah.
Obadiah too.
No, I'm saying where was one had to quote the other.
Jeremiah. It's in Jeremiah.
Okay, yeah.
It say, but I have made Esau bare.
Yep.
I have uncovered his secret places.
Yeah, he's revealed in these latter times. He's completely revealed. He basically naked out here. You know, you got the prophets out here placing his nationality on him. This is you.
Yep.
You've been discovered.
And we telling you what you doing and what you go do.
Yeah. And he's still trying to run from that name, duck and hide.
Yeah.
Talk about they done away with. You know, no. The so-called white man are the biblical Edomites.
Yep.
All right? And how do we find that out? Amos 3 and 7. Surely the Lord God will do nothing, but he revealeth his secrets unto what? His servants, the prophets.
You know, it's crazy. I was on YouTube yesterday and I seen like it was like an ad for I guess it was a movie, the Book of Ruth. And it's crazy because you know it had Ruth's husband and Ruth, and they both was Edomites.
They always
I'm
do
like, yo, how is she a Moabite,
Right.
but she the same fucking race as
Esau, that's that iconoclasm.
this
A
nigga,
form of it.
This nigga, everybody.
I was
Right.
about to say,
He's
He everybody.
This nigga the Egyptians, he
Yeah.
the Grecians, he fucking the Moabites.
He's everybody.
And for those of you who don't know, the Edomites are the so-called white race.
Yeah, that's what we're doing.
Okay.
Go ahead.
It say, hold on. It say, but I have made Esau bare. I have uncovered his secret places, and he shall not be able to hide himself.
He shall not be able to hide himself. Go ahead.
His seed is spoiled, and his brethren and his neighbors, and he is not.
Now, when going back to Cain, the Lord said he was going to put a mark on Cain, and basically wherever he went, they would know. You know, and what did it say? He shall be a fugitive.
The
Was that Cain?
vagabond.
That was
Yeah.
Cain, right?
Yeah.
Well, that's Esau too.
Yep.
He shall be a fugitive and a vagabond in the earth. He's that nation of people that you steal everything. You go to these different nations. You take their resources, all right, and you give them your, like I said earlier, your democracy, your different way of life, and you destroy them as a people.
Hey, look what they did to the Native Americans when they came over here. They
Yep.
cleared the land of them.
Yep. Now you barely see Gadites.
And dug up the earth
Yep.
at the same time.
Look what they did in South Africa. It's fucking Edomites. That's a Edomite country now.
Well, they actually got a barrier. I seen a video on that. Even that's mostly Hamites down there, but still, they destroyed the heathen too.
Yeah.
They got a barrier, and it's only like 50 to 100 feet apart. Where on this side is those Hamites, and on this side is Edomites. This side got internet, Wi-Fi,
Nice
and all that
and
shit. And
small
over
resources
here,
and shit.
and it's only a small barrier separating the two. That side got dirty water, you know. They living in little huts and shit, and over here you got buildings like this. That's Esau for you.
It say,
That's why the scriptures say, destroy them which destroy the earth. Go ahead.
leave the fatherless children. I will preserve them alive, and let the widows trust in me. For thus saith Yahweh, behold, they whose judgment was not to drink of the cup have assuredly drunken.
And now that's talking about Jake. All right, now we drunk the dregs of the cup. You know, we done basically. What does it say in Lamentations 4 and 21? Rejoice and be glad, O daughter of Edom. And then it says, the daughter of Zion. Somebody get that real quick. Keep reading. Get Lamentations 4 and 21. Go ahead.
It say, and art thou he that shall all together go unpunished?
Yeah, so that cup was the cup of basically torment that we drunk as a nation. But that wasn't for our judgment to drink of the cup. But we broke the law, statutes, and commandments in Deuteronomy 28, so we had to drink that cup. Read that part again, go unpunished.
It say, and art thou he that shall go altogether go unpunished?
Yeah, because Esau, he thinks he's going to go unpunished. But he's not. Got that? Read that real quick.
It's Lamentations chapter 4, verse 21. Rejoice and be glad, O daughter of Edom, that dwellest in the land of Uz.
Go ahead.
The cup also shall pass through unto thee.
See, the cup also shall pass through unto thee. When you read it in Jeremiah, the Lord said, they whose judgment was not to drink of the cup have surely drunken. You go to Lamentations, it says the cup shall pass unto him. Go ahead.
Thou shalt be drunken and shall make thyself naked.
Go ahead. Oh, well, we also read, I shall make Esau bare, I shall uncover his secret places. He's basically naked, spiritually. Go ahead.
The punishment of thine iniquity is accomplished, O daughter of Zion.
The punishment of thine iniquity is accomplished, O daughter of Zion. That's talking about the Israelites. The punishment of our iniquity is accomplished. Go ahead.
He will no more carry thee away into captivity.
Go ahead.
He will visit thine iniquity, O daughter of Edom.
He will no more carry us away into captivity.
No more slavery. for
Right
us.
now, we still in this man's hands. Technically, that goes into the law. He that stealeth a man, how's it go? He that stealeth a man and selleth him, and if he be found in his hand, he shall surely be put to death.
Yep.
Yeah.
So when Yahushua returns, we gonna be in this man's hand.
Yep. In his possession.
Isaiah 63.
Yep. In his possession. And he's gonna be taking out his powers.
He will discover thy sins.
Yep. The scripture, when you read we was just in Revelation 17, it says that her judgment reacheth into the skies. Iniquity upon iniquity. That was it?
Yes.
I got
Okay,
something.
go ahead.
It's the book of Jeremiah, chapter 25, verse 4. And Yahweh have sent unto you all his servants, the prophets,
Yep.
rising up early
That's my favorite
and
scripture.
sending them, but you have not hearkened nor inclined your ear to hear.
Read that again.
And Yahweh have sent unto you all his servants, the prophets, rising early and sending them, but you have not hearkened nor inclined your ear to hear.
Yeah, that's why the Lord got us out here to teach the true doctrine, Salakia, tongue twister, to let our people know that what they're the Israelites, that this nation is that nation, this nation is this nation, these nations are your enemies. Because our people have been conditioned so long, they don't think they got enemies.
They've been listening to that plantation.
You think everybody loves you. And really, everybody don't love you. All these nations hate you. That's why when our people get shot in the streets, they ask why. Because that's your enemy.
Hey, in Luke 1:68, it tell you that the Lord was going to send Yahushua to save us from the hands of our enemies.
And the ones that hate us. It
Yeah.
says it. Go ahead, read that real quick. So the question shouldn't be why. If you at war and your enemy shoot you, you see your enemy killing you.
Bless that's on. The Lord Yahweh of Israel, of salvation, for us in the house,
Oh, you got to keep reading down?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
as he spake by the mouth of his holy prophets,
As he spake by the mouth of his holy prophets, go ahead.
which have been since the world
And
began,
that's how the Lord speaks through men, through righteous men. Go ahead.
that we should be
Now,
saved.
everybody says that they got the truth, right? But the real way to find out if you have the truth is to, if you say you don't believe this, you believe that, well, you got to technically battle it out. Because if you get the scriptures, you say, I don't believe I'm an Israelite. Well, I believe I'm a Christian. Well, we'll get the scriptures and prove that we are the Israelites. And then you'll get the scriptures and basically you're going to get destroyed. You know, because if you have the truth of the scriptures and you bringing it out, only the truth is going to trump everything. And that's happened several times. Brothers, people came up to the camp, they get cut, and it's undeniable.
Yeah, that's how I was happy. I was so happy when dude came out with the 11 questions. I'm like, oh, finally.
Yeah.
We ain't had that in a couple of years.
It's undeniable. Keep going.
It's the point right here.
That we should be saved from our enemies and from the hand of all that hate us.
That we should be saved from our enemies. And our enemies is the Edomites in these other nations.
Other nations. Get Psalms 83. Go ahead. Read that part again.
That we should be saved from our enemies and from the hand of all that hate us.
That we should be saved from our enemies and the ones that hate us. You have enemies. You Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, you have enemies.
Yeah.
To this day.
Yep. Even in the book of Deuteronomy, it tell you that we was gonna get sold into our enemies.
I seen something on the internet the other day. This one dude got pulled over, and the cop thought that he had weed on him, and it was his daughter's ashes. Wow. And the cops actually, he was like, man, please give me my daughter. He was like, that ain't weed, that's my daughter. That's my daughter. He was like, man, just please give me my daughter. They was like, nah, we're gonna test it. They went and tested his daughter's ashes for drugs. You know?
Fucking ashes.
What the fuck?
So that, and he was, you know, weeping and wailing, but those are your enemies, man.
Yeah.
You know? Remember the one dude that was that was in the army
Military,
suit,
yeah.
the
They don't
lieutenant.
give a fuck
What did
about
he
none
get
of that.
treated like? Them devils ain't care that you so-called serve your country. They still had them guns drawn on them, man. And he was in full uniform.
Still yoke them up. They don't care if you're a lieutenant, a sergeant, none of that.
Because it's in their spirit. They know. It's in their spirit to hate you. Go ahead. And we've been taught to love. Just love. Just love. That's why you be getting your asses whooped. Because you just love. You know? That's bullshit, man. The scriptures say, love worketh no ill to his neighbor. Now we don't teach to go out there and kill people or to go out there and you got a gun and you shoot back. But when you come to the knowledge of the scriptures, when shit like that happens and is broadcasted, George Floyd and all that, we understand why that happens. It all goes back to Deuteronomy 28.
The scriptures tell you, trust not thine enemies.
We don't get in a frenzy and go and protest, because when you read Deuteronomy 28, it tells you that we not gonna have no assurance of our life. That's a curse. So when you have that understanding and you have the balance, you get it. You know, because our people are constantly asking why.
Because they hate us.
Read the scriptures and you will understand why, man.
listen
You
to
go
the
into these churches, all they want is your money. The pastor ain't telling you why. You go in there, you go in there, you walk in there, there's drums playing. Right? As soon as you walk in the church,
Praise and worship.
niggas dancing. You read 2 Psalms, 2 Proverbs, you go to the basement, you get a pork dinner, all right? And then you leave. And in a whole week, you ain't reading, you ain't studying, you ain't doing nothing. And then you go back next Sunday. You done been wicked all week. Nigga done committed adultery. Nigga done been smoking, doing all types of shit. He in church on Sunday. He's not truly repenting, man.
Eating pork once again.
He's not truly repenting. You gotta truly repent. All right? Salaki, I know we was going on a little rant. Go ahead, bring out the scriptures.
I got. You still want Psalms?
What I call for?
Psalms 83.
Yeah.
This is the book of Psalms, chapter 83, verse 3. Slaki, I'm gonna start at verse 2. For lo, thine enemies make a tumult, and they that hate thee have lifted up the head.
It's thine enemies. Thine enemies. All right? And it says they that hate us. Just like it said in Luke 1 and 68 or 71.
They hate us.
Go ahead.
Continue on,
And
verse
it's
3.
going to name the nations that hate us. We got to get that table with nation sign. Go ahead.
Verse 3. They have taken crafty counsel against my people.
Crafty counsel. All right? Crafty counsel is when they have these secret meetings or whatever they do. They figure out how to keep you in the ghetto. Or they want to, what's it called? Gentrification.
Yeah.
Or you might have a neighborhood, like back in the day, Harlem used to be booming with our people, right? Now if you go to Harlem, they say it's basically gentrified. They raise the rent prices, and this is just a small example of crafty counsel. They raise the rent prices where they know you can't afford it, so you got to move out.
Yep.
They probably doing that shit in Buffalo.
Yeah, so they do that shit all over.
Part of their crafty counsel too is calling us, telling us that we're black people and
Right.
we're African Americans,
Right.
and not telling us our true nationality.
Yep.
Y'all from here? Y'all from Buffalo?
Yo, yeah. Niagara Falls, Buffalo. Yeah, same thing. Go ahead.
Continuing
Crafty
on.
counsel, man. So like I said, that's just one small little example I wanted to mention. Go ahead.
Verse 3. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people and consulted against thy
Oh,
hidden
another
ones.
thing that I just thought of is all these different advertisement for the jab. They use Jake,
Yep.
Magic Johnson. They putting this nigga up on the thing. Go get the jab.
Oh, you see Spike Lee got a little
Spike Lee
commercial.
got a
Yep,
commercial.
Spike Lee.
Oh,
Block.
Run DMC, they had the music video.
Why are they using our people? If we supposed to be the minority, the smaller, race, so to speak, but they want you to get it first. Well, wait a minute. What about the larger people, the majority? They should be getting it first.
Yeah, if you want to get to 70%
Yep.
herd immunity.
But it's a plan. It's a plan.
Since it's most of them, right?
Yeah, they want to knock you off. So they use our people that has celebrity-like status. That's crafty counsel.
Yeah, if you want to attain herd immunity, you got to start with the most populous
Yeah.
fish in the sea.
Because we get sick quicker. We're the strongest people physically, mentally, and spiritually on this earth, man. All right? Go ahead.
Verse 4. They have said, come and let us cut
Even,
them off.
even in our worm-like state, man, we're still the strongest. Go ahead.
Verse 4. They have said, come and let us cut them off from being a nation,
Let us cut them off from being a nation. Go ahead.
that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance.
That the name of Israel may be not that the name of African American, not that the name of color. What else did they call us? African American, colored,
Yeah,
Like,
Negroes,
Negroes.
black.
yeah, spooks.
just like you were saying earlier. Just like you were saying earlier. You just like hold on. Just like you were saying earlier. You could be anything in this world. A man can change his gender.
Yep.
You can have sex with animals, all that shit. But as soon as you come out and say that,
Israelite.
then that's when they got a problem.
Yeah. So that's right. As soon as we start claiming our true heritage, that we're the Israelites, then they start the demonization. Demonization comes. So it says they have said, come and let us cut them off from a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance. They don't want us to remember that that's our heritage. You know? Because once we start claiming that we're the children of Israel, they know our connection with our power is strong. And we've been disconnected from our power for so long. That's how they've been able to conquer you, lie to you, you know, tell you that this is that. Yeah, keep going.
Verse 5. For they have consulted together with one consent. They are confederate against thee.
They are confederate against you. They consulted together with one consent. All these nations, they basically said, all right, we're going to agree upon this. One consent, go ahead.
Verse 6. The tabernacle of Edom
These are the nations. Esau, go ahead.
and the Ishmaelites
Ishmael,
of Moab, and the
Hagarines. And all these nations, we see them every day, especially if you live in the falls. Just take a 10-minute drive down to the falls, and you will see that melting pot of them nations, man. Looking them right in their face. All those nations are on the earth.
Yeah. All these nations are on the earth. Because the Lord said,
Going under bywords. Arab, Chinese. You can't find those words not in the scriptures. So
Man,
each of these nations have to have a biblical nationality.
yeah, the scriptures say there is no end of all the people.
Yep.
So that means that all of these nations are still here today.
They still here.
I got a precept.
Nah.
It's the book of Jeremiah, chapter 25, verse 15. For thus saith Yahweh, the power of Israel, unto me, take the wine cup of his fury at my hand, and cause all nations to whom I send thee to drink it. And they shall drink and be moved and be mad because of the sword that I will send among them. And I took the cup at the Lord's hand and made all nations to drink to whom the Lord has sent me. To wit, Jerusalem and the cities of Judah and the kings thereof and the princes thereof, to make them a desolation, an astonishment, a hissing and a curse, as it is this day.
And go ahead.
It say,
I was gonna say the scriptures speak about being a byword and a proverb amongst the nations. Go ahead. That's where we get those names from. If you walking around calling yourself African American, that's a byword. That's what your enemy put on you. And you can't say you black, because that's just a color. What particular nation of people do you come from? African American? You got to know the names of Leo Siphios Africanus and Americo Vespucci. Two white people, so-called white people. And you don't descend from them, so that can't be your nationality.
it say, Pharaoh, king of Egypt, and his servants, and his princes, and all his people, and all the mingled people, and all the kings of Uz, and all the kings of the land of the Philistines, and Elkoron, and the remnant of Ashdod. It say Edom and Moab, and the children of Ammon, and all the kings of Tyrus, and all the kings of Zidon, and the kings of the isles which are beyond the sea, and all the kings of Arabia, and all the kings of the mingled people in the desert. So that's the Lord gonna make all these nations to drink of that drink that we drunk. It say, and all the kings of the north, far and near,
In Deuteronomy 37.
one with another, with all the kingdoms of the world which are upon the face of the earth, and the king. Therefore, thus saith, they say, therefore thou shalt say unto them, thus saith the Lord of hosts, the power of Israel, ye shall drink and be drunken, and spew and fall and rise no more, because of the sword which I will send among you. And it shall be that if they refuse to take this cup at thy hand to drink, then thou shalt say unto them, thus saith the Lord of hosts, ye shall certainly drink. For lo, I will begin to bring evil upon the city which is called by thy name, and you should be utterly unpunished. You shall not be unpunished, for I will call a sword upon all the inhabitants of the earth, saith Yahweh.
And that's judgment.
Yeah.
That's judgment for the heathen.
They go drink and they go fall and they go get judged and they're not gonna go unpunished.
Hey, an example of that, of what that drink is slavery.
Yep.
You know?
That's righteous. But if you don't have a ruling class mentality, which our people don't have, then they're not gonna get it. Here it is, you crying in the land of your captivity when something happens to you. We gotta just the main example is our people getting shot down in the streets, because that's been like a trend, right? You get our people, they get shot down in the streets, they cry for justice, they want equality. But your oppressor is not gonna put you on his level in his kingdom. That's something you gotta understand. Why would he put the people that's beneath him on his level, in his society, in his kingdom? That don't make sense.
Yeah, we wouldn't do it like that.
Yeah, and true justice is doing the same thing they doing to. I can get this.
Yeah, read it.
It's
Yeah,
the book of 2 Thessalonians 1:6. Seeing it is a righteous thing with Yahweh to recompense tribulation to them that trouble you.
It's a righteous thing with the Most High to recompense tribulation to them that trouble you. All right, and that's ultimately, see, when you go into the churches and they got that love doctrine and they speak about a savior, they tell you that the Lord is gonna come back and He gonna love everybody. That's not gonna happen. No. The Lord is gonna come back, and He's gonna come back for the children of Israel, the ones that's been oppressed in their various captivities. Because we the ones that need rest from our enemies. You know?
Get Revelation 21 too.
So the Lord said it's a righteous thing to recompense tribulation to them that trouble you.
Hey, get the camera, brother.
All right, this is Jeremiah chapter 30, verse 16. Therefore, all they that devour thee shall be devoured.
All they that devoured us shall be devoured. All, from you Negroes all the way down to the Mexicans, all 12 tribes of Israel. They probably still got those little kids at the border in them cages, man.
Oh yeah, of course.
You know? All the northern kingdom, man, they at the border in cages like dogs. Whose fault is that?
And really, and there's a media blackout on that. That's why a lot of people don't hear about it.
But we gonna do that to them. We gonna have them in cages.
Oh, Planet of the Apes, 1960. What was that? 1969.
They say that Isaiah that we gonna get them out the pits, right?
Yeah.
Isaiah 24.
Well, Planet of the Apes was the old Planet of the Apes.
Over the top
The better ones, that was us. Yeah. They just made us apes. Yep. They called us monkeys anyway, right? Yep. But in the original Planet of the Apes, they was in captivity. They was in slavery, up under the apes.
And that movie was inspired through prophecy.
You know? Go ahead.
And all
read
thy
it from the top.
Therefore all they that devour thee shall be devoured.
Go ahead.
And all thine adversaries,
which is enemies.
And all thine adversaries, every one of them.
Go ahead.
Shall go into captivity.
Oh, that's in the Bible? Remember that dude said, holy smokes. That's in the Bible, holy smokes. Yeah, that's in the Bible, man. You know, the Lord said, all that devour us shall be devoured, and all of our adversaries, our enemies, every one of them shall go into captivity. Hey, we went through slavery. Our forefathers went through slavery. We had to bear it. We had to man up, right?
Yeah.
So our enemies gonna have to do the same thing, and that's righteous to the Most High.
Yep.
You know,
Right.
1 + 1 = 2. Go ahead.
And they that spoil thee shall be a spoil.
They that spoil us shall be a spoil. Going back to slavery, they took your wife, raped her, had little tears,
Took your kids,
you
sold
know,
them all.
separated the families, had us on auction blocks. You know, the Native American Indians, they completely stripped them from their heritage. They would have little Gadites in the school systems learning about Edomite shit. You know, the so-called Puerto Ricans, they've been catching hell.
Oh, remember that clip from it was from TNT or something when a little native boy was singing in Hebrew.
Oh yeah, he was saying the Lord's name.
And he cut off his pigtails.
Yeah.
Because they was at the Edomites plantation basically, and they basically when he cut off his pigtails, he basically was cutting off his heritage.
Yep, I remember that. Go ahead.
And all that prey upon thee will I give for prey.
And that goes back to the crafty counsel. All of them that prey upon us, will the Lord give for a prey. You know, go ahead.
It's the book of Isaiah, chapter 24.
Because you got to understand, when we read Luke 1 in the first chapter, the Lord said He's going to save us from our enemies that hate us. These other nations, they got their own gods. The scriptures say the gods of the nations are idols. They got their own. Esau prays to the spiritual demon Satan. What is that? Is that the Elamites? They pray to a cow. You know, they got that the cow god.
They over there drinking cow.
They throwing dung at each other.
They let the cows cross the street before they do,
Yeah.
man.
They got their own gods. Yahweh Shem Yahushai, we need him. Go ahead, bro.
Isaiah 24 and 21. And it shall come to pass in that day that the Lord shall punish the hosts of the high ones that are on high, and the kings of the earth upon the earth.
Yeah, that's the elites. That's the elites. Go ahead.
And they shall be gathered together as prisoners are gathered in the pit.
Yeah, it's gonna be like trading places. They're gonna go from being high to the first fruits of slavery, and that's righteous, man. To see him in that caveman-like spirit. You know, go ahead. Back down.
And shall be shut up in prison. Woo! And after many days they shall be visited.
Well, however the Lord is gonna have it set up, that's what we gonna do. You know, we might just put you back in the caves. You know, right? Your natural state. Like we was mentioning Planet of the Apes. In that movie, they had them in those little cells with just some hay on the ground, man. Just hay. Just a cell with some hay. And they were just laying in that shit. And then when they come to give them a bath, they bring out that big ass hose and just fucking. And you know the water was cold. We ain't giving you you ain't getting no warm baths.
You ain't getting no hot showers.
You getting cold water, man.
With soap.
Spraying them down with the hose. I gotta watch that movie.
They about to look like shit and smell like shit.
Yep. And then the fine looking Edomites, we gonna get them. We gonna put them on this side.
Clean them up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You know, because them Edomite women, they fine. And yes, you can have Edomite women in the kingdom. You know, we gonna have women of all the nations, man. All the finest of the cream of the crop.
That's right.
You hear that, Tazariak?
You know? Because when we King Solomon, he had women of all the nations. The Lord didn't punish him because he had women of the other nations. He started worshiping their gods. And that's when he started going off.
King David had Edomites and Moabite women.
Anyway, when you go into the law, there's an actual law dealing with the concubines.
Yep.
You know?
Or war. If you go to war, you could take the women. You know. But we're gonna leave it there. You know. I wish that brother would have asked some questions, but maybe he was just listening. You know. We're gonna say all praise, honor, and glory
To Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakakwadash.
Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone that taught us this truth. Peace and blessings and salutations to the elect. Lord willing, this is edifying. Lord